Hello again. Since I've been in a TNG mood lately, been watching a lot of Next Generation, I believe it is time to finally continue my Next Generation review series. And the last one I did was Justice. So we're on to the battle, with the Battle of Maxia, where Diamond Bog lost his son and is getting revenge on Picard. And we're getting to see Picard's original ship, the Stargazer, and we're introduced to more speaking roles for the Ferengi and different, for the first time, different personalities among the Ferengi, with the more angry, vengeful Diamond Bog and the more traditional Ferengi first officer. So we're finally fleshing out the Ferengi a bit more, which all sounds really nice and good. And unfortunately, this can't be a positive review because I rewatched the episode lately, and I gotta tell you, it's not the Stargazer or the Ferengi that's the problem, it's the pacing. It's. I watched the episode in the evening and it was really, really hard to stay awake. I just. It's boring. It's so slow. Uh, it has these endless scenes of just waiting and waiting and waiting, and it's just calm and quiet, and everything takes forever. It's so boring. Interesting. In the microwave, you can see the reflection of my window, and you can see the forest outside. That's pretty nice. Nice effect. I never realized that. Mm. But yeah, I don't even know how to make this a full-length review because I can basically just tell you the synopsis of the plot, which I mostly already did. There's also a main control device, and the thingy is like Diamond Bog is putting some telepathic whatever in Picard's brain, so he has to relive the Battle of Mexica. Yeah, Picard versus Mexico. That's not what happened. Um, the Battle of Maxia, where the son of Diamond Bog was on the ship. I don't think it's ever mentioned if he's the captain or just serving on the ship. The Picard tried to convey messages of peace. He wasn't captain yet, but the captain was killed in the first barrage because the Ferengi attacked first and crippled the Stargazer. And then Picard did the Picard maneuver of doing a brief warp burst to appear in two places at the same time so the Ferengi wouldn't know what to fire at, and he destroyed the Ferengi ship. And he has to relive that battle, and that tortures him, and that's somehow the revenge. Which seems like a weird revenge if that's just a one-time thing. If you compare it to one of the last Star Trek reviews I did some time ago, months ago, was the ex post facto episode of Voyager, where Tom Paris has to relive the murder he was accused of committing over and over again. That seems like a real punishment. Or, Chief O'Brien in Hard Time, the Deep Space Nine episode Hard Time, where he has to live with the memory of being 20 years in prison for the rest of his life, even though it's never mentioned again. And in the battle, apparently Picard just has to relive that memory once. Or I suppose the plan is that he destroys the Enterprise with the Picard maneuver. But I wouldn't know how that would work, how the Stargazer would destroy the Enterprise D with full Enterprise D shields that just seems like a real mismatch, and I don't think they thought that through. I just, when it came to that scene and they were worried about the Enterprise D with its Galaxy class shields being destroyed by that, rickety old derelict Stargazer, that just made no sense. So, I don't think they thought that through. And other than that, the only thing I can tell you about the episode is that Beverly Crusher says that headaches and common colds don't exist anymore in their time, even though later in TNG they occur all the time. But that was just, first 2 seasons of Next Generation was still very Gene Roddenberry influenced, very self-righteous about how amazing the future will be now that we don't have money anymore. No, I already have no money, and it's not that amazing. So, yeah, it was that Gene Roddenberry, older Gene Roddenberry self-righteousness when he bought into his own cult, like the vision of Gene Roddenberry, where he thought he created this perfect future and had to beat us over the head with it. And it's a bit ridiculous at times, and as I just said, they abandoned most of it in later TNG and the rest of the Rick Berman and Michael Piller era is the word. So yeah, and that's basically all there is to say about the episode. It's extremely boring. The plot wasn't entirely thought through and wasn't really interesting to begin with, and it had more of a self-righteous preaching about the perfect future, and that's basically the battle in a nutshell. Other than that, the visual effects are pretty damn good. Actually, season 1 does have some pretty nice visual effects. I don't remember if it was in this episode. It's in several episodes in the first 2 seasons that they had the holographic displays and everything. And they had that effect on the Stargazer with the ghost crew members and everything. That all looked pretty cool. And of course, the music was pretty good. And like everything, the craftsmanship, let's just sum it all up as the craftsmanship, that was pretty good. Just not the writing. And that's really a problem. And the pacing of the directing, which could be linked to the writing being very slowly paced. So yeah, that's the battle for you, and let's just say the battle is over.